I've talked about professional indemnity insurance again and again and again and again. And do we need it? Yeah, of course we do. It actually states in the Act and the regulations that licensees are required to hold professional indemnity insurance. Surprise, surprise. So Section 22 of the Property and Stock Agents Act says that, hang on, I've got it here written, that I'll read it. This section specifically states that the bit that I'm interested in is may require the policy of the insurance, and the regulation requires policies to provide a minimum level of indemnity coverage of not less than $1 million for any one claim and not less than $3 million in the aggregate. Of course you can have more. If your insurer looks at what you do, business brokers often need much more than that, depending on what they are selling. If you are selling certain types of properties, the insurers may look at it and do a risk assessment on you when they're working out insurance, because that's what insurance is all about. It's about risk mitigation. So, but the minimum that you must have, according to the Act and the regs, is $1 million in the single, for any one claim, and not less than $3 million in the aggregate. Your policy needs to say that. So please make sure that you've got it. Now, I wanted to take that a little bit further. Think about what's happened in the last couple of weeks in relation to cyber security. And we've seen the breach that has occurred around Optus. And, you know, everybody's talking about it. Those people who have Optus accounts or have had Optus accounts are very concerned about some of the breaches that they've had, some of the emails they're getting, some of the text messages they're getting. I've never had an Optus account, so I'm not getting any of those, but there are members of our team that are, and some of them are quite bizarre, and some of them border on, is this real or is this not real? So, you know, but when that's a whole different issue. But when you think about the cyber of it, we put our property head around that, and we take it over to the insurances that you might need for cyber security, and you need to double check that you are properly insured for that. Okay, so whilst your professional indemnity insurance might mention that, you know, you've that there's some cyber insurance in there, check with your broker or your insurer, whoever you deal with to organise your insurance, about whether how much does that cover, what does it cover, how does it actually protect you. Okay, so, you know, when you're looking at, if you're purchasing or selling a rent roll, there's additional requirements there. You know, your roll-on insurance, your rollback insurance, and, you know, sometimes there's different periods of time. There's varying requirements about how you're selling or purchasing those rent rolls. You could need some of that rollback insurance for, you know, maybe up to 10 years. So, you know, we've heard solicitors talk about that in particular, and how that is part of that sale process. So, guys, if you're buying and selling rent rolls in here or part of your rent roll, then that insurance side of it is all part of what you need to be looking at. Either maintaining it or making sure that you've got a roll-on insurance if you're buying and a rollback insurance if you're selling. So make sure that you talk to your insurers about that and make sure you've got the right type. But those minimums, $1 million in the single claim, $3 million in the aggregate. So making sure that you've got that right and broaden it a bit. It's, you know, it's got to be tailored. Like everything we do, it has to be tailored to you, not this bland standard, this 1 million and 3 million. Every business is different. Make sure that you talk to your broker about what your business does, what you are doing with your business, and making sure that you have the insurance to cover that. So a bit of risk mitigation on that level.